All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Card Talk. I'm Ryan, joined as always by Tyler and Lou. Big episode this week as the boys prepare to head out to Columbus, Ohio for a few days here at the shop, here in the city, with trade night, Ohio State game, some Thursday night football and such. We will get into that momentarily. We've got a lot of other things to talk about, some stuff going on in the hobby. We've got play of the week, some questions we didn't get to last week. We'll get into those. But first, we'll start with what's on your mind. Lou, Tyler, anyone care to go first today?
Tyler.
All right, what's on my mind? Lou and I went to the Jets game on Sunday. We were really feeling good heading into it. Just a couple key plays that didn't go our way. Joe Burrow is very good at escaping pressure. Penn State's 4-0. They got Northwestern coming up. Then a bye. Then Michigan. We'll see how the next 3 weeks play out. Aaron Judge. I've started to change my tune. I think maybe he should be a Yankee and they should pay him every single cent because over the weekend, baseball actually kind of mattered in like the general scheme of things.
Yeah, it's weird how he didn't show up in a big moment. That's weird.
I mean, Lou, you can't on a dude that has 60 bombs.
Watch me.
It's just on deaf ears.
Lou,
that's fine.
Hatred for the Yankees is my favorite.
Like
we're 3 minutes in and Lou dropped a beep because
the guy's got the
much.
stadium full, people going every night. He is going to break the record for Yankee home run this season. Historic.
Is he?
Historic. Historic. And playing golf. My golf game's getting kind of nice. That's what's on my mind. And then our trip, coming to Ohio. I'm flying out there on Thursday. I got to pack. I got weird Ohio vibes and stuff, but like I'm ready for it.
Lou.
Yeah, Ryan was talking about 40 degrees like it was Antarctica. It was very weird.
Yeah, 40 degrees is like pants and sweatshirts and
You
long
said heavy
sleeves.
jacket.
Yeah, I mean, like the sweatshirt's pretty heavy.
Listen, Cord, just because you got palm trees all around you 24/7 doesn't mean 40 degrees is cold. Anyway,
Not
what's on
cold.
my mind? So, yeah, the Jets loss was tough. It wasn't the Jet game that made me think this. It was more just watching, the Chargers game, the Raiders game, the Broncos game even. The NFL is just incredibly week to week, and there's very, very, very few teams that are going to be good all year long. I think there's probably two of them in the NFL right now. It's the Eagles and the Chiefs, probably. No, not the Chiefs.
Bills.
The Eagles are probably the best team in the league right now, which is kind of crazy to say out loud. With Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith, their defense is sick.
You know what's crazy is they have multiple first-round picks next year, projected $35 million in cap space, and the talent they have there.
They're not going nowhere.
Yeah, they're as much as it pains me to say, the Eagles are going to be good. They're going to
Yeah,
be really
and the
good.
thing that everyone was worried about with Jalen was the passing, and that's been the best part of their offense all year long. So, anyway, the reason I'm saying that is it's more of like a patience thing and just like a let the season play out. It's a very long season. There's 15 weeks to go in the NFL season, and I think people are already writing the narratives on guys for the entire season, whether that's positively with Jalen, like I've been doing because I'm very into him, or it's negatively on Brady or Kirk Cousins or something like that. So I think patience is very important, especially in this game that we're in here. So just wanted to put that out there first. And then I also wanted to say I have a trade offer for Ryan in fantasy. We could probably save that for the end because no one really cares about that but us. So I'll do that at the end of the show.
Yeah, definitely going to need it. Team is just trash. I mean, there's no other way to say it. It's not good. It just
all
stinks.
bad.
Yeah, it's all bad. I mean, not good. I'm just kind of at a loss for words. Yeah, the other league I'm in, much better. This league, just terrible. Just can't figure out the Card Talk League. I guess that's what happens when you play against professionals because it's just embarrassing to my friends, family, and loved ones. It's all bad. Yeah, what's on my mind? Ohio State with just a dominant win this weekend, right? Just beating the absolute brakes off of Wisconsin, right? Wisconsin was ranked at one point this season, thought they were going to be competing for a Big Ten title. They lost at home to Washington State. I think they only scored 11 or 14 points. Come in. Shout out to Aaron Slabstocks for tagging me in his Instagram story that he's got a sticker on his computer that says beat Ohio State. And he's like, I've never done it. Maybe this year. And I tweeted out, I responded after the game, said, update, not this year. So yeah, it was good to see Ohio State get a big win. Excited for this Card Talk trip. We've talked about this for so long, and it just finally is coming to fruition. Hopefully Tyler does not pull a Dallas and miss the flight. That would be just all-time tragic, but it's also not at 7 a.m. So Ty, I have high expectations for you on this one. Would love to see you in Columbus this weekend. So excited for that. Thursday night.
Ryan, I've taken more flights in my life than card shows that you've been to.
That's a good take.
I couldn't be more sure that is actually factual. Couldn't be more sure.
So
Factual.
I got this one under control.
I've been to a lot of card shows though.
I've been on a lot of flights. I missed one.
That's the only flight you've ever missed?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. That's wild.
That's unlucky that it's the one with Ryan because he really doesn't know how to let things go.
Bury me for the rest of my life. That's all right.
He said he doesn't know how to let
maybe
things
a couple
go.
of good, nice chirps in the backswing when we get to the course on Friday morning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Fair. So yeah, that's on my mind. Yeah, a lot of fun. I agree with Lou's take though. I think that's something I've noticed. Right, we saw it a lot week 1 when guys won or guys lost. Just immediate value increases, immediate value decreases.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the card market, especially, is just so quick to change. Right, Kirk Cousins comes out week 1, looks like a MVP candidate. So does Jalen Hurts. I talked about that on the show. I'm like, 2 guys that I was not very fond of look like MVP candidates. Kirk Cousins hasn't looked amazing since. They barely beat the Lions. If Jared Goff was anything competent, they would have beat the Lions.
He's actually been pretty good. That's the crazy part.
Yeah, I mean
the Lions have been pretty decent.
Rough. Yeah, I think the Lions are a QB away from being really good. Like, they have talent on that team. Anyways, right? And then you have a Jalen Hurts go 3-0. Cousins has been kind of There's a lot of football left. Burrow, right? 0-2. Are they going to lose to the Jets? Are they going to go 0-3? Is Burrow terrible? Is he Joe Flacco?
They're not very good, by the way.
They're not.
That was my biggest takeaway from that game. They are not a very good team right now.
Yeah.
He's their
Mixon
hope and
looks
prayer.
Bad.
Yeah, Mixon is on my fantasy team. Just
dropping stinkers.
But yeah, the seasonality thing and just how quick it is to change, how quickly we go from hot to cold on guys is wild.
Quick.
Yeah, quick. All right. Let's get into this. I saw we talked about it in the group chat yesterday. I don't know if you guys know much about this, but it says Pokemon is set to launch in China for the first time ever. Have you guys seen this?
Yeah, I didn't understand what that was.
Like, yeah, I didn't either. I just saw the title of it. I don't know if Court can drop something in chat. Has like Pokemon never been released in China before?
I thought.
What?
They just developed their first Chinese website?
Yeah, it says right here. The Pokemon Company has announced the Pokemon TCG will soon be printed in a new language, simplified Chinese. The language is used for mainland China, which means the Pokemon TCG is going to capture a massive new market. Pokemon launched a traditional Chinese version of the TCG for Hong Kong and Taiwan in 2019. The announcement was made through the Pokemon China website. They will hold a press conference on September 28th via China's BADLY app, which is China's version of YouTube. Presumably, they will announce the first products. We can confirm China will start with the Sun and Moon series. The rumor mill for this news story started back in February when we discovered Nintendo had filed trademarks for the Pokemon TCG in mainland China. This included Sun and Moon and Crossing the Sky, both of which were written in simplified Chinese, the language of mainland China. This was our first indication the TCG was going to be printed in a new language.
So, yeah, I guess I didn't understand that there was a traditional Chinese and a simplified Chinese, and that is kind of the difference. So that makes a lot of sense. That's pretty crazy.
Well, I mean, we carry like Japanese Pokemon products. They're actually relatively popular. Like, we sell a lot of that stuff. So yeah, it's got to be a good thing to get to a massive market. I'm not a Pokemon guy. Like, I don't collect it, but if you're a Pokemon collector, it definitely seems like that's a big new audience to capture.
Sure does. Yeah, it's exciting. Should be fun.
Yeah, we'll see.
Pokemon just remains hot as ever. I've been spending a lot of time with the kids of late, and Pokemon hits.
I will say we had kids trade night on Friday last week in shop, and there were a lot of kids trading Pokemon cards. A lot of kids trading Pokemon cards.
PSA 10 Pikachu Red Cheeks first edition on the 25th, 3 days ago, did 5,200 on 100 bids.
100 bids?
Yep. On the
The hell?
22nd,
We're bidding 10 cents each. What's going on?
on the 22nd, it did 7,100, and then there was a best offer accepted strike through of 7,500. I gotta look up what that is.
Okay.
So, just for context.
Another thing I saw in the group chat this week, and Court brought it up in the pre-podcast stuff. It says World Cup stickers are crazy high demand right now in Argentina. Ty, I know that they're in the US. Have you done anything with the new World Cup stickers?
I haven't been shopping. Jay sent the picture. Where were you, Jay, when you ran across the box? Jay's not on the screen. I haven't seen them in
He said Walgreens.
Walgreens. Yeah, I need to go pick up some packs and pop them open. But I'm definitely getting the World Cup fever going. And we were talking about London just before this, so I'm excited to dive in there a little bit.
Any again, as somebody that does not know enough about the stickers and stuff like that, will there be key guys to collect in this?
Well, the stickers are really based, and all these packs are starting to do numbered and chase, and even like the McDonald's Pokemon thing.
Did you see the 101 sticker that the dad found in his son's book?
Yeah,
unreal.
That was wild.
But the same as Messi, Neymar, especially internationally, these guys are legends. Cristiano, Harry Kane will be big. I think it's less prospecting, more like legends. But the beauty of the World Cup stickers is what I like talking about a good amount, which is the collecting and the journey of collecting them and the sticking to the book. And that's where they arise from. And I think at times we get away from the fun of collecting product and just have conversations about investment and prospects and people and what have you. And to me, when I think about those things, it's about actually collecting and building the book. And if you're a fan of a team like me as a Danish fan, actually getting the book and sticking out all the players and having that memory with a father son or a friend or what have you, doing trades to complete the set rather than a monetary gain. I don't foresee it as a product that people are thinking too much about investment wise. They're thinking about buying, ripping, and seeing what might come out of it. Let's see. Panini 2022 World Cup. Let's see what some of these packs are going for.
The story of that sticker is very, very funny. And underneath that tweet was also very funny because I didn't even know the 101 Mbappe World Cup Prism got sold. Did you guys know that?
Mm-mm.
Or
privately?
the gold vinyl. I think it was the gold vinyl because
the 2018.
The Road to Russia. Yeah, 2018 Russia. Someone was visiting her son from Poland in New Jersey. She bought him a box of Prism World Cup, and inside that box of Prism World Cup was the 1/1 Mbappe gold. The kid just stuck it in a binder with a bunch of other cards.
The stickers.
No, the main card.
World Cup.
I'm gonna send you the picture.
The
right
big
now.
Mbappe.
Prism 2018.
Yes.
Is gold vinyl 101 or is it black 101?
They stuck it somewhere?
Gold vinyl. No, I'm saying he stuck it in the binder, just the regular card binder. I'm gonna show you the picture right now. It was very funny for people watching.
That card.
We'll put it up on screen. Look at this.
That's insane.
Whoa.
Look at it inside the binder too. It's hilarious.
Yeah, it's out of 5.
Out of 5. Sorry, I said 1/1.
Oh.
Just stuck in there with a bunch of random stuff.
2018, a mom from Poland returns from visiting her son in New Jersey, bringing with her one box of Prism World Cup as a gift for the son of her son's friend. From the son of her. The boy rips the box and then puts all of the cards into a 9-pocket pages in a binder, and they stay there untouched for 4 years. This grail included. Thanks to Rafal Mosk for working with me on this deal. Thanks also to UK Soccer Cards for putting us in touch, and especially Fanartic welcome for traveling to Poland on my behalf to meet the seller in person.
Insane. It was sitting in a binder for 4 years untouched.
It looks
How did they
premium.
even find it is the question. And what do they think about it? I would love all that information. Superchild27 posted that back in May. I just hadn't seen it until today because it was in the comments of Whiteback's tweet, which was the original the sun sticker tweet.
That's insane. Just
epic.
watching it and they're looking like it's part of the freaking set, and it's a
Hilarious.
out of
That's
5. That's
epic.
insane. Imagine going to a binder and seeing that. That's crazy. Lou, on a quick note,
Yes, sir.
F1 back this week after taking a week
Yes.
off last week because the Russian GP was canceled.
Yes.
I think Max is going to wrap it up this week.
I would imagine so, but I did see some video. It's Singapore this week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Singapore is historically known as or typically known as one of the most challenging races of the year on drivers just because of the heat and the temperatures and all that stuff.
And it's a
So
night race too.
Yeah, guys typically train pretty hard for that race. And then I just saw a picture and a video of Max and Lando Norris out partying all week or something from a meme account, an F1 meme account, which was very, very funny.
Nice
So-
turn up.
I appreciate that, but I'm sure he'll find a way to win. And lock it up. I just want him to get one win. Me too, Cord. That would be nice if he got one win before it was fully wrapped, but it'll be
They
tough.
came out. They said they're not adding more. They're not adding more teams.
I thought
to
there were
Formula One.
teams coming by 2024, 2025.
They're not adding more seats. They're not adding more cars. Like Audi and Porsche, they want to pair up and or buy others out. But they seemingly just this week he said they're not planning on adding more seats anytime soon. I think it would be a disservice to the sport.
Interesting.
I do think they should probably slow down a little bit. They've been doing a lot of changes really, really fast in the last 18 months. So probably worth taking a step back, giving it a second. And
Yeah, it's definitely crazy. I was just gonna say that, Lou. You were talking about Max, and Court's I hope Lou wins one, or I hope Hammy wins one. It's it's crazy how different a year makes. A year ago, they were battling for the title, race to race. Now Lewis isn't even winning a race.
yeah, it kind of speaks to how much the cars have an impact on the sport, which is kind of what I always thought about racing to begin with. So I don't know. It's interesting. Next year's a new year is kind of how I'm thinking about it. They're going to get through this year. Congrats to Max in advance on his championship, and we'll get back to it next year. Is kind of my perspective.
All right, let's get into some of the questions. I want to get to these. We didn't get to them last week, so Jay says there's a few of them. Adrian Square Garden says if a PSA 10 of a card is valued at 400, what should the SGC 10 cost?
It's a good question.
I think the hard part is this is just such a case by case basis in
Yeah.
terms of the card. I don't think there's a pretty standard answer on this.
Mm-mm.
Sometimes they're very, very close. Sometimes they're not close at all. At this point, I would say less than the PSA 10. It's just what the market says. But
Yeah, I was going to say 85%.
yeah, I don't think that's a bad average guess. But again, sometimes it's 50%. Sometimes it's 95%. It just kind of depends on the card.
Yeah, I think if you're talking about a base card, the multiplier is going to be, or the regression, whatever, is going to be a lot harder than if you get a rarer card where it's going to be much closer to that 85%, I think, at least.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I'm trying to look up. So Zach Wilson Prism PSA 10 did 90 and the SGC did 50.
That's a pretty substantial drop. That's almost 50%.
Yeah, it's a lot.
September 4th was the SGC, but that's for base. Yeah, probably for base, the gap is larger. For lower end cards, I would imagine the margin is actually a little bit more.
That's what Lou is saying. That's what
As
Lou and I
the card gets more premium, that gap.
That's
that
what Lou.
margin-
That's what
I
Lou and I
agree.
were just talking about. Is on the more common stuff, the gap is more substantial. On the bigger stuff, it's not.
Tyler said it in a more understandable fashion. So
Yeah, I was just looking stuff up while you were talking. I didn't pick up on what you were putting down. My bad.
Justin
Okay.
Davis says, "How do you guys track inventory coming in and going out? Have you? I've heard of using QR stickers in a scanner for large collectors and sellers. is a good option, but I'm curious how you guys, especially Ryan, does it. So we don't, truthfully, we do not have a full inventory management system for singles.
Blows my mind.
Yeah, we track a lot of the other stuff like supplies, boxes, stuff like that. But just in the sheer volume, like it's such a time and financial commitment this late in the process with the volume that we have. It's easier to track on a lot of the digital stuff, like stuff going in and out on eBay or whatnot, or the website. That's easier. And then the showcase stuff in the shop is easier to track. But a lot of the other stuff is just, it's so hard. There's just, we have 70 boxes worth of inventory, right? Dime cards all the way up to $50 out in shop. So like the price is just so the volume is just so high. So yeah, I mean, we've heard of QR stickers, scanners, that kind of stuff. That's where we would love to get to. I'm just not sure at this point how high on the priority list it is, but yeah, I don't have a ton of experience with it, so I probably can't give the best piece of advice.
I've always kept it pretty simple. I got a little Google sheet, cost in, cost out, you know.
I know a lot of people use that. It seems to be super effective. I used to use that when I was buying deals back in the day to learn how I was doing. I would keep like individual sheets for each collection, right? So I'd buy a lot of like 10 cards. A slot would be 5 cards. A slot would be 30 cards. And I would have auto formulas in there that just said like, if I sold it on eBay, right, I would enter the purchase price, and then I would have
the
something
12% off or whatever.
Exactly. If eBay fees would be automatically calculated, purchase price times 0.12, PayPal fees would be calculated, shipping cost, I would enter that, and then it would auto tell me how much, and then I'd have a little sheet in a little section on the bottom that would say, okay, this is what you have in the lot. This is the total sum of all of the sales you've had so far minus fees. This is how much you have remaining in the lot. So it would change red to green if I was negative in the deal or positive in the deal. So I would set a lot of that up. That's how I first started tracking, hey, can I make money in sports cards? I can probably still find the sheet. I'm sure I have it somewhere.
That'd be a funny thing to look at. That's a good way to do the lots, though, because I could never figure out how to do lots, because the way I have mine set up is like very individual. But if you just do it as a group and you just make it its own little separate sheet, that probably makes a lot of sense. I never thought about that before.
Back when, like, you know, it's actually funny that this is a funny story, but like back when cards weren't as crazy as they were now, it was a way for me to show Regina, like, hey, I can make money doing sports cards, right? Like, didn't know. And it's actually funny. Today is the 27th. Tomorrow is 4 years since I quit my job.
Wow.
Yeah, September.
So when the show is out, it'll be the 4-year anniversary.
Yeah, 4-year anniversary of me quitting my job and pursuing sports cards full time. Is September 28th. I put in.
That's crazy.
I quit. So yeah, it's wild, but it was a good way to keep track of, hey, you know, like you said, Lou, I had a single sheet, and then I had deals for lots, and something would sell, and I would go in and just, again, it was a good way to test and put into theory, hey, how you doing? So,
Lou, is that Jets Stadium behind you?
It is, yeah.
You're going to get that bad boy up on the wall?
Yeah, listen, it's a lot of work to put things on the wall, time and energy. I just don't feel like expending, but I got to get on it. I'm just being honest.
Just thinking about it.
Credit to you for the push, because now I'm going to do it, because I can never go on the show again without it being on the wall.
I see it. I see it right there. You're close.
Yeah, I promise you it'll be up next week now. I guarantee it.
Just punch it in. Punch it in.
Yep.
Saw a Matt Forte jersey at the game on Sunday.
Matt Forte, man. Matt Forte, 08 years. I mean, Matt Forte out of Tulane, Joe Flacco, you know, Chris Johnson, Mr. 424, Rashad Mendenhall, Lima Swede. Love that class.
Are you just naming random
08
NFL players?
That was
your
class.
Mendenhall was nice. Forte had this like upright running that was just nasty.
That scared me every time he ran. Every time he ran, I thought he was going to fumble.
That is an underrated running back class. McFadden, Felix Jones, Rashad Mendenhall, Matt Forte, Chris Johnson, Jamal Charles. There were some dogs in that class.
08's the year the Jets took Vernon Gholston, number like 6 overall.
Man. Whoa, let's pump the brakes. That was my guy.
Good.
That was one of the
he was my guy too, Ryan. Let me tell you.
Yeah, I collected Vernon Gholston, man. Sheesh. Some fire Vernon Gholston stuff back in the day.
I mean, is Micah Parsons the most dominant defensive player to play in a very long time?
He's clearly the best defensive player in the NFL.
He's very good.
It's like not even a convo almost every single play.
I saw a
Uh,
video yesterday of him just bull rushing a guy. And
He
just,
ran over like 4 offensive linemen on like
He's
double
unreal.
teams, and it's just like contact. Most contacts, like, all right, you can't get through this dude, and he just runs right through them.
he's insane.
And then he's like the speed to then get to the quarterback. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You literally, if you're playing against them all week, you just have to scheme up. How do we somehow play far away from this dude?
It's insane. Like triple, like put 2 tight ends and the tackle out there and let them triple him because it's the only way.
He's good. Hey, Nathan B has a question. Is it Brussel? Nathan, sorry, I'm going to butcher it. Always see Nathan at Dallas. He's got a good question. It says there's always 3 to 4 big selling names for each sport heading into their respective seasons. For football, the national, it seemed to be Lance, Hurts, Allen, and a few others. Heading into the basketball season, who do you expect to be the top sellers?
Cade Cunningham.
Thoughts.
I have a clear number 1.
I have Cade. Ja. Zion. Steph. Is that a good 4?
You didn't say the guy I think will be that is one of the fastest risers at the moment.
Who did I forget?
Anthony Edwards.
Good one. But he is in a weird spot.
He's a superstar, and I think his stuff will be hot.
Giddy's a good one,
agree.
Ty, but he's not going to be one of the top 4, is he?
No, not top 4. Not one of the big names. The guys you mentioned are
You
in the
guys know
category.
NBA better than me. I'm trying to.
I think a lot of the risers are going to be a lot of the young upcoming guys. The guys like LaMelo, Edwards, Zion, Ja, Luka, Giannis, Tatum, like a lot of those guys in the category. I just think Edwards is one of the guys that hasn't had the big rise like some of the other guys have.
You know who's going to be a sneaky one? Brogdon.
Brunson could be sneaky, but I don't know who do you expect to be the top sellers. This is actually what's on my mind. I think
if you say Grayson Allen or Michael Porter Jr., I'm leaving
I don't
the
think
show.
he's going to say that. Let him focus on a serious thing. Go, Ty.
Yo, I will say though, Ryan, Michael Porter Jr. is gonna make you like you're gonna have a segment on the show where you do apologize. I just want to throw that out there.
At least Lou and
I wasn't going there, but there will be a day where you are the
2029 comeback player of the year.
Porter Jr. Kevin Durant's probably gonna win MVP. The Nets are probably gonna win the championship. He's gonna be in full on revenge tour. He's probably the best player in the league. Luka Doncic. It's going to be like the year that he is like the guy.
I can get behind that.
I think it's Luka. I think it's KD. And I don't understand how the Celtics are still the favorite to win it all. But I'm just going to say Curry because those are the 3 people that are on my mind. Yeah. Kevin Durant has been made out to be the loser of all losers, and time goes by. And going into this season, Kyrie and Durant, both healthy and focused and locked into what they're doing, is going to be a problem as a Knicks fan. Kind of nervous about Durant, literally being run away, like you can't stop me, like eat it, Giannis. Luka, I think is coming of age and having experience now, where he might just end up being the face of the league. And then I have to say Curry because every single year goes by and he's like, not thought about, and literally
and there they are.
And he's just the guy just splashing in people's faces, coming up with new things.
Yeah,
like putting people to sleep. That's where my head's at. I love Anthony Edwards. I love Ja. I love Josh Giddey. I love these guys, but like Durant has caught it about as bad as it gets. And
I was talking more about like who's gonna be hot, not necessarily who I would want to buy. I think that's a different conversation. Lou, I think you and I agree though on the KD take. I saw your face when Tyler said this. I don't think KD is liked enough. I think his chasing of the rings. I mean, he tried to get out of Brooklyn until Brooklyn's like, "Hey, we have the power. No thanks. Sit down and deal with it." KD's always running to the next team. I think that hurts his card values in the long term. I just don't think.
Remember LeBron and his villain season in Miami?
Yeah, but LeBron eventually stayed and won. KD's not winning. I'm just not picking the Nets to win. I'm not.
Fair. I just think that he is going to come out and go like game on mode.
He's
COVID's
great.
in the rear view.
One of the best basketball
Kyrie's
players in the
focused.
league.
Yeah, and when people start winning and he starts dropping 36 a game, 37 a game, and they win 20 straight, like, and people look at his prices and they're like, that makes no sense.
You know what we did not talk about, and I think it's gonna be they're a sneaky team that won't get the love that like Brooklyn or Miami or Boston will get.
Who?
The Cavaliers.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
Jared Allen, Evan Mobley, Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, Ricky Rubio. There's talent on that team. Karis LeVert, six man. There's some real talent in Cleveland. Like, I think Cleveland's going to be one of the top 3 teams in the East.
They're going to be very good. The reason I reacted that way on KD, by the way, his comments during media day yesterday screamed a guy who's going to ask for another trade in a couple months. So that was my only reaction to that. I actually have been a KD guy forever. I kind of love that he got shut down a little bit. I still expect him to come back and try to ask for a trade again. But if he can get invested and Kyrie can get invested, it's going to be really hard.
Those
to
are just big asks. Those are big asks.
They're very big asks. And
they're great basketball players.
Career.
Fantastic basketball players. Like KD, man, just all-time scorer. Just can pull it from anywhere. Just unguardable. But
yeah,
I just think the antics, I wonder how much that plays into card values.
Antics certainly plays a role. So
yeah, and he also told his head coach, "Hey, man, I need this guy out of here or I'm out." So we'll see how well that goes.
Winning cures all.
Yeah, sure.
That's true.
Ben Tedisco says, "What are your thoughts about numbered Pokemon cards? 1-on-1 Charizard would be epic." Lou is vividly shaking his head. No, Lou.
Not everything's all about money and rarity and all that. Like, just leave Pokemon cards alone. They're fine the way they are. No disrespect, Ben, but like Pokemon cards are fine the way they are.
Yeah. Personal take, don't need to see it, but overall, could be a thing.
As we wrap up,
we look at pop reports, so it's like the 1-of-1 is just a different parallel. You know, like. So
yeah, I guess you're right.
Charizard, like, you know, okay, a 1-of-1 like VMAX, like, I don't know, the shinies, like they're already kind of doing that stuff. They just don't do parallels because then you got to like introduce it. And at the core of these things, the reason you don't see it is because it's a game.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
the cards are put out as a game.
Yeah,
and a 1-of-1 isn't going to do. They can't like change that up, so that's where that's in my head.
Yeah, like if you add in numbered cards to Pokemon, it completely changes the rule set for Pokemon. So like that's a big undertaking.
Agreed.
Peter
than Ryan's QR codes. Anyway,
Peter Hodling says,
"No,
is it a good time to buy Trey Lance?"
No.
So I started the show before we were recording. I was talking to Jay. I went to Burbank, purchased a Trey Lance optic auto out of 150 PSA 9.
$20.
Paid about $1,000 for it. Thinking, hey man, Trey. I mean, the time they were doing like $1,300. Like, hey, Trey Lance could be good. The Niners got talent. Like, we'll buy it.
This was before the injury.
Yeah, before the injury. This was in Burbank, like 2 weeks before the season. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna buy this. We'll see what happens. Feeling good, right? And when he got injured, I was like, I'm gonna move half of the Lances I have. I still have like a Prism Green 9 Scope Auto. I have 2 Contenders base autos and like one other card. I don't have I was never super big into Lance, but I mean the green autos $2,000, Contenders are $600, like money, right? Sold the Trey. So I sold some of them. I'm like, you know, some of these I'm just gonna clear out the capital. He's not gonna be hot. I use that term with asterisks. He's not gonna be hot until the summer going into the next season, right? Depends what happens with Jimmy G. Depends what happens with the Niners. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to move half of these now to send them to auction, put them on Whatnot. Whatever they get is whatever they get. And I auctioned the Trey Lance optic auto, and it sold. Let me tell you what this card sold for.
Higher or lower?
I'm wondering if I lost 2/3 or more. It was right around the $300 mark. And that's in less than 1 month.
That's real pain.
Yeah, it sold for $305. Yeah, and it was $1,000 purchase less than a month ago. That's a 2/3 drop, 66% drop in about 21 days. So
Be careful with prospecting.
That's correct. Jay, it's not a sneaky buy. Not everything's a sneaky buy.
It's not a sneaky buy. There's not a sneaky buy.
Trey Lance is going
the
to
guy's
drop.
got to like recover from a broken leg,
and he can't throw the ball,
and then learn how to play quarterback.
He's going to drop
get
more.
a starting job back, and then be successful.
But it's the same conversation why you buy Trey Lance in the first place. If you think he's going to be good, you're going to have a better opportunity to buy Trey Lance. I'm not buying Trey Lance. I'm full disclosure. I'll keep the cards I have, and if I get a Trey Lance now, it's buy it at 65 to 75, 80%, sell it and move on, make the money and be done. I'll keep the ones I have, and if it works out, cool. If not, they're not worth anything now anyways. But if you think Trey Lance is going to be good, right? There was optimism about him before. The time to buy is yeah, I know you definitely weren't. The time to buy, I don't think is here yet. I think Trey Lance has more time to I don't
think it'll ever be there.
I'm just talking about if your goal is to maximize money, Trey Lance's best buy window is what? Week 10? Week 12?
Yeah.
Trey Lance will be long forgotten. He won't be playing. He won't be relevant. I'm only talking from a financial perspective. If your goal is to buy Trey Lance in week 10, week 12, whenever you think the perfect week is, and sell it for more money down the road when hype is building, July, right? Give or take, that's probably the best month.
Yep.
If you're only doing it for financial and you're not going to hold long term, week 10 to week 12, 14, that's probably the best window, I would guess. Selling it in June or July if hype builds, but it could also go the other way. The Niners
alternatively, it could take the Niners can go to the playoffs and go
win
on
a Super Bowl
run.
Win a Super Bowl.
Trey Lance's injury could take longer to come back than they thought, and they could give Jimmy G another extension, and then he's the backup again.
Yep.
They could also be trash, and there could be a beautiful quarterback sitting at the number 2 pick, and they decide that he's better than Trey Lance.
Yeah, and then exactly, Jay.
Yep, that's exactly. Jay brings up a good point. He says, and then he's Darnold prices, right? Josh Rosen was a top 10 pick, didn't work out. He got traded. Sam Darnold was great. Sam Darnold was hot, didn't work out. Look at Baker Mayfield, was the number 1 pick in the draft 4 years ago. He has the worst QBR in the league, and he plays in Carolina, and he's not going to start next year.
Guys, Christian McCaffrey and DJ Moore on his team and can't figure out a way to get the offense going. Mind-boggling.
And then Joe Burrow wins a Super Bowl, or Jared J.C. Young goes to the Super Bowl. It works both ways. I'm just not. I lean more. I lean more Trey Lance is on the Baker and Darnold side than he is the Joe Burrow side. I think Joe Burrow is more talented. That's the difference.
Okay, who else? Who else are we talking about in this same category? In
the mad category?
Your boy, potential surgery, high ankle sprain, out for quite some time.
That's not.
Was your boy crying, bro, for a high ankle?
Whoa. Let's not get carried away on
might stir some things up in the bro. What do you mean? How is
the way your brain functions is insane.
How is it not your boy? It's literally your starting quarterback. You can't say that's your boy.
Run the clips on Mac Jones is not. I have been.
Yeah, Jay, run the clips from last year on
Thank
Mac
you,
Jones.
Jay. Look at Jay. Jay's. To be fair, I've always not liked Max.
How do you not?
He's the quarterback for the Patriots.
I like the Patriots. Mac Jones is not good. I run the tape. Jay, please.
If Mac Jones was our quarterback, that would be my guy.
Guys, respectfully, he's written off Mac Jones.
Jay, respectfully, he's the quarterback for the team he likes.
He cried when the Patriots drafted him. He didn't want any part of the Mac Jones experience, and he's been
then he's not a Patriots
since day one. I don't want to get the guy back. He crushes me nonstop. I love you guys, but
I'm a Sean Clifford guy.
That's my guy right there.
It's unbelievable to be like, I love the Patriots. The Patriots are my team, but I hate the guy who plays quarterback, so I don't like.
It's not even like you brought in like Andy Dalton or like Matt Ryan, and you're like, not.
There's a reason I never owned a Tom Brady jersey.
Man, top 5.
There's a reason I never owned a Tom Brady jersey.
Wasn't your guy?
I like Tom Brady. He just went to Michigan. I'm not rocking Brady.
Tom Brady you like. That's interesting. That's weird how that works out.
Mac Jones.
Listen, all right, no. Mac Jones. How about the other one, Daniel Jones? He was kind of, sneaky on his feet last night.
Daniel Jones. I mean, let's not overextend.
I'm just saying, it's Daniel Jones, Trey Lance.
Trey Lance territory for sure.
Yeah. Is Mac Jones Trey Lance territory, right?
That comes up in the I think one guy that comes up in the Darnold Baker conversation is Locke. One of those guys that had optimism around him was going to end up.
Is he on? Is he still on?
He's shipped.
Well, I'm saying in the same conversation of like it doesn't always work out.
This is what I'm trying to do. A little like, hey, there's a lot of individuals that listen to the show and then are going to be at a card show this weekend and want to be smart and and I'm trying to be a little like, who should people not be buying?
I would stay away from Mac Jones for sure, Trey Lance for sure,
Daniel Jones.
The list of who to buy
Zach
is
Wilson for now.
The list of who to buy is easier to explain than the list of who not to buy.
Fair.
Russell Wilson, stay away.
Russell Wilson
stinks.
That guy has like one touchdown.
I was looking like Zach Wilson on some 15 yards out.
I saw a meme on Twitter. It said Russell Wilson cooking. It was a dude with that chicken in the chicken in the.
Oh, you know what was another guy? Can I just make a quick comment? Davis Mills. That guy stinks. People were all over that guy before the season. He's another one that kind of gone under the radar in cards of like people were like, "Oh, Davis Mills might be pretty good." He stinks.
He's bad.
People have to stop. They have to stop with this stuff. Like it's
I
insane.
couldn't believe Tua. I was very surprised personally. They won that game.
Me too. He's looked good.
Yeah, but come on, my man had 187 yards.
His back was broken.
Yeah, he
should not have come back in the game.
That was crazy.
Should not come back in the game.
He's still not. I think it really was a back injury because he's still not in concussion protocol. They're pretty adamant that it's not a head injury. So
yeah, that's to avoid getting fined.
Can we talk about Lamar Jackson for a quick second before we end up with the week?
He's so good.
He's going Aaron Judge contract
here. Pick, boys, what do you think? What are you thinking?
He's gonna get money. I saw the meme that said yesterday's prices aren't today's prices and had Lamar on there. Like, you guys could have had a bargain. Could have had a bargain.
Running rampant and chucking the biscuit to my boy Marky Andrews
and Rashad Bateman. Like these two guys are like,
and Duvernay, whatever they're all.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to Jay for bringing up a great point. You guys love talking a lot about my guy Mac Jones with quotations there. Trevor Lawrence.
Hold on. Ryan's about to take credit for the number 1 pick in the NFL draft. Go ahead, Ryan.
Lou.
Who got smoked for taking them to win the division this year?
You didn't pick them to win the division. I picked them to win the division.
Hold on, Jay.
You picked your boy Ryan Tannehill.
Jay, come on in.
Jay, come on, pull the clips.
This is an important moment here.
This is a bad moment for me because I was convinced it was Tyler, but now I'm starting to think in my head it was Ryan. Ryan's having a good show today. Ryan's having a good producer show. That might have been
Jay, you literally texted.
I have to
read and said I took him, and so I've been on T-Law.
I gotta look at the tape. Somebody picked them, and I thought for sure it was Tyler, and that everybody gave him crap, but it may have been Ryan.
Here we go. 2 weeks ago, Pro Football Preview. Let's go ahead and get this video up here real quick, Jay.
Oh, no, Ty.
I don't think it'll be in there.
Wouldn't it be Pro Football Preview?
Nah,
the video. Yeah, the video, the full length. I don't think we clipped the division winners. Is my point.
Well, let's go ahead and get that. Let's go ahead and get that one clipped. That'd be a real shame.
I got to run it concurrently with. I got to run it concurrently with the one that Lou pointed out, the Jalen Hurts one. About Jalen Hurts isn't even going to start this year, right? Like we got to run that.
Yeah, no, Jay, you have to get out because Ryan has to take credit for Trevor Lawrence being good. You have to get out of here. Go ahead, hurry up.
No, I just
the most hyped quarterback of all time.
I'm not
recently. Like fucking Michael Jordan of quarterbacks. Ryan's like, oh yeah, I called it. Get out of here, bro. Come on.
We'll talk about it. The clip. Well, I'm not trying to overreact, right? It's like the reason I don't think Tua is going to end up being good, and I think Trevor Lawrence has got a long season ahead. Like, yeah, it's just I think Trevor Lawrence has had some solid games.
Yes, I'm joking with you. You never gave up.
I was also very wrong on there are clips talking about Jalen Hurts is going to stink and might not ever start. Like, so it works both ways. Like, there's probably more bad takes than there are good takes. Like,
hey, that's the notion of having takes.
Yeah,
the take business is, sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong.
Yeah, and it's also permanent, and that's what I'm finding out.
My Saquon Barkley anytime touchdown take last night worked out pretty well for me.
Number 1 player in fantasy. Let's go.
Jay says he hopes Rye's wrong. Jay's tone just that would be a real Jay moment, though. Jay, since we're throwing jabs here, that would be a real Jay moment for you to say one thing happened and then
He's been defending you all show.
Yeah, but he said, "I hope Rye's wrong." Check the text here.
Listen,
My man,
you guys became best friends 2 minutes ago. Let's get into play of the week.
Jay, you said you hope I'm wrong. Jay, don't be throwing shade in the
That was tough, right? He's been defending you the whole show.
He said, "I hope Rye is wrong." I mean, what do you want me to say?
Well, historically, you've been attacking him for 2 years.
But I wasn't. I was pro Jay. I said that's my guy, and then he says he hope I'm wrong.
I don't know.
You don't root for your friend to lose. I mean, I would never do that to Jay, but now it is what it is. Madness. Jay, anytime, man.
Jay.
All right. This is from Dr. Hodes 88. Or Dr. Rhodes. I don't know. Sorry. Played the week submission. Went to my local antique mall and found a couple of 4-row white boxes full of cards ranging from 10 cents to $1. Digging through it, I found a Lexi Thompson 2021 Skybox Metal Universe Champions premium card for 10 cents. I listened to the pod weekly and thought I had heard one of the guys say her name, so I grabbed it and threw it up on eBay for $4 Saturday night. Woke up Saturday morning and someone bought it for $4. It isn't a lot of money, but 40x profit is something I'm definitely proud of as a newer seller. Definitely going back and buying the rest of the Skybox Metal Universe cards in that box.
It's probably not a bad idea, to be honest. If
love a good 10-cent play.
Yeah, that's good.
Value boxes for the win.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Lexi Thompson, did we talk about her at any point? I don't remember that.
Who's he? Who's that? Is that Mariota?
Yeah, he's a big Marcus Mariota guy.
Respect.
I just wanted to wow, he's a Marcus Mariota super collector.
Really?
Good for him.
Respect. I'm about to be a Micah Parsons super collector.
Yeah, Jay's right. Great lesson. Like, you can enter in at any number. Like, this is 10 cents. Sell it for $4. Take 2 out of that $4. Go get something else.
Yeah, I mean, $10 flipped. You buy a bunch of $10 cards, flip those into 3, right? They buy $3 cards, turn those into 6 into 10. Like, it takes time, takes work. It's not get rich quick, but there's definitely plenty of stuff. And I think that's really the heart of play of the week.
Facts.
Next play, Jay. All right, this is from Queens City Breaks on
Machine.
This play of the week submission. About a year ago, I picked up an Albert Pujols rookie auto from 01 SP Authentic for $800 from a local hobby shop. Regardless of Pujols' chase for 700 home runs, I felt that his rookie autos were way undervalued. I sent it to PSA knowing it wasn't going to gem, but I was happy with a 9. Flipped it a few days ago for $28.50. After fees and grading, I cleared $1,600 profit.
It's a great job.
It's pretty good.
Longer term play, but sold it at the right time. I would imagine this was sold right before or right after the 700 home run. So smart play. It's a nice card too. Nice and clean. Simple.
It's pretty good. Next one, Jay.
Did you guys see his 700th home run, by the way?
He had 2 in the same game, didn't he?
Yeah, it was awesome.
This is from Drewby's Sports Cards. It says, play of the week submission. A typical night on Whatnot turned into a big profit. I was browsing single shows and came across a worthy show. After watching several auctions with about 25 others in the room, the seller put up a Plaxico Burress. Halfway through the 30-second timer, not on sudden death, he threw in a Myles Garrett gold prism out of 10. I was astounded that he just threw in a gold prism into the mix, and I immediately knew any gold prism was valuable, especially when living around the same undisclosed geographic location to move it quick. To my surprise, the auction ended at $21.
Wow.
As soon as I got both cards, I threw the Garrett out of 10 up for $325 or best offer. I had the seller click the buy it now for the full amount. After shipping and fees, I brought in $281, then sold the Burress for $7 to top it off. A great 9-day profit.
That's crazy.
A Myles Garrett. I mean, that's a top 5 defensive player in the league. True gold prism. Like, that's not a card we're just tossing into a little deal here in a 25-person Whatnot stream. That's wild to me. But shout out to this guy for Drewby's for getting it done. That's an incredible play.
I'm hoping Myles Garrett's okay.
Sounds like he is.
A car accident last night.
Yeah. Sounds like he's good.
Single vehicle. Good. His compadre, Clowney, going out down the stretch against the Jets gave us our first September win in many, many moons.
True.
But yeah, he's a dog. And Gold Prism is Gold Prism. I mean,
For sure. Next play, Jay. E-Boogie Sports Cards. Hello, I'd like to submit a play of the week. I listen to all your podcasts and have learned a lot, so I appreciate what you guys are doing to help other people who are newer to collecting. I heard you guys talk about jersey numbered cards. Love this.
yeah.
So I searched and found a Cade Cunningham light blue laser 2 of 60 and was able to get it for $257 off of Facebook. I posted on eBay for $699 and quickly got an offer of $600. Accepted and cleared $529 after fees for a net profit of $271.82. Jersey number for the win, man. For the win. Love a jersey number play. People, again, I love it when people are like, it's not as much anymore, but the jersey number thing has taken some time to grow. I definitely remember the days when it was like, yeah, jersey number, it doesn't really matter. But there are people out there that really collect that stuff. It's really collected.
Yeah, I mean, if I had the option of an Elijah Moore number 5 out of 10 or 8 out of 10, I'm taking the 8 for sure.
Yep. Agreed.
Facebook plays so well.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. All right, next play, Jay. 540 trading cards, Jeremy on IG. It says, back near the end of the NBA season, I try to look out for up-and-coming players, knowing that I could buy their cards in the spring. Hope to get them graded and have them back to sell right before the start of the season. I know basketball is hot in the market, and noticed that Obi Toppin was absolutely balling near the end of last season. I went with my gut and made some buys. I purchased a Mosaic Auto Black Gold Choice out of 8 for $325 and a Silver Rookie for $1250. In June, they were sent to PSA and returned in early September. The Black Gold Choice returned as a 9 and the Silver a 10. Listed the Black Gold for $1,800 on eBay and accepted an offer of $1,000. Listed the Silver for $299 and accepted an offer of $150. After eBay fees and grading fees, my net profit is just below $650. Thanks, guys. Appreciate what you do for the hobby. Hashtag not from Ohio. Hashtag go PSU.
Let's go.
It's got the stone cold profile picture too, which I respect.
Obi Top. Obi Top is a dog.
What do you think about Obi Ty? I feel like he's like a trade candidate, right?
Yeah. I mean, he was definitely right there with us trying to get Donovan, but now he's on the squad. Makes are going to be nice. RJ development, Brunson, Ryan snickering, Knicks, Penn State.
Yeah, this is
609 followers.
What is 609? Can you expand?
200 more than Joe Paterno's win count.
Interesting.
All right, Jay, is there any more? I think that's it.
I think that's the last one.
5 this week.
Wait. Oh. This is all right. Can you start from the jump?
This is tough.
All right, next.
I want to give it to the Lexi or the Garrett, I feel like.
Go back one left.
It's the Myles Garrett one for me.
I think it's Garrett too. I'll go
Yeah.
Garrett.
Yeah, I'm with the Myles Garrett play. Whatnot play, gold play, grinding auctions, trying to find some sneaky stuff, recognizes the opportunity, pounces on it, throws it right up on the
You guys want to get an OHIO going?
No, I certainly don't.
I mean, it's an Ohio play.
It's an Ohio play in the week of Card Talk going to Ohio.
Makes sense. It's only fitting.
An Ohio guy.
Yeah, it's more about like me trying to get some positive energy my way headed into that state.
Just a little bit of good.
Let me know who I got to check in with too. I'm sure I have to call some people, make sure it's okay I come.
All right. Awesome play, Drewbies. That was pretty good. Love a Myles Garrett from $21 to a few hundred. Heck of a show. Before we wrap up, want to talk about this week's latest launch. It's a big release week. Lou, were you guys say something?
Can I offer you a trade before we go too?
Yes, we can do that here in a sec. Elements football, Immaculate Collegiate football, Pro Debut baseball, Artifacts hockey. Sorry, Emily, I bumped the mic. I apologize. I think there's one more for Optic Fast Break basketball.
Score football.
No, that's next week. But yeah, solid release week. A lot of new products. So definitely love a good release week in shop when
I
it's
think
football,
Prism
basketball, baseball.
WNBA is on the radar for the kid.
Same.
It's like mid-October.
Did pretty well last year, so it'll be something to watch for, I think.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Lou, what do you got?
All right. I could try to sell you on it. I'm not going to try to sell you on it. I'm going to let you take it in. I don't want an answer right now. But if the answer is yes, I want it now. But if not, what'd you say?
You want to digest?
Yeah, digest. Like, don't overreact to the moment here. So, no, Ty's not allowed to, like, shut down the trade, Jay. Relax. So, all right, I'm going to give you Michael Pittman. I'm going to give you something else. I haven't really decided what it is yet. What I want back is Nick Chubb. Why are you looking at me like that?
I'm not interested in trading one guy for 5 guys.
I'm not going to give you 5 guys. I'm going to give you 2 guys. I'm going to give you Michael Pittman and something else for Nick Chubb.
I just don't really want to give up my, second pick. So
Fine. Stay bad. That's fine.
I stink. I just don't know if that makes me a winner tomorrow,
That's fair. All right. I asked you to digest. You didn't even digest. That's fine.
Yeah, there's not much to really digest, It just
okay.
I've been offered kickers for Joe Mixon this year. I mean, just shout out to Sports Card Therapist.
Redraft. Who's the number 1 pick in fantasy through 3 weeks?
Jalen Hurts.
Well, you can't really go quarterback. But
You kind of can this year because it's been really bad everywhere else.
Jalen Hurts has a lot. Lamar.
It'd probably like Josh, Stephon Diggs.
I think Diggs feels
Nick
right.
Chubb, Saquon. Saquon would probably be the number 1 pick in the draft if you did it. If you
See the number 1 running back?
I'm pretty sure he is, yeah.
What do you go for? 80, 85 yards last night, something like that?
Yeah,
a lot of
Jonathan Taylor, like
there haven't been a lot of big games out of
wake up.
Taylor.
Yeah, Jay, it's called a sell high. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. Mark Andrews is up there, though. I gotta say, Mark Andrews had a big.
I didn't get the offer.
You know who else would be up there is Cup.
Yeah, the guy
averaging like 34 points a game or something.
He's scoring like 18-yard end-around runs. I'm like, what? He just kills me every time.
All right, what a wrap. We will we'll have some podcasts coming from Ohio again. Trade night in shop Friday. You're gonna be around 6 to 10 Friday at the shop. Hope to see you guys there. More card talk coming soon. Peace, guys.
Peace and love.